Hey guys, welcome to our Tuesday live. I'm excited to be with you guys. This is going to be exciting. First and foremost, Merry Christmas to each and every one. This is going to be awesome live. So I'm excited for those that are joining us. Don't forget, during this time, we will be doing a live Q&A. Jerry Norton, unfortunately, won't be with us this week. He's actually in Montana on his lake house, spending the holidays. So he'll be with us next week. But I want you guys to know that this is gonna be a good one. If you guys can see the topic, whether you're in YouTube or on Facebook, be sure to bring your questions. We have what will be an incredible learning. I hope you guys have like a pad of paper, or if you're going to be taking digital notes, get ready to take digital notes, because there's going to be many that are watching this right now that you're thinking, man, I just wish I was in a bigger market. Like, I'm not in a big market. I can't do a ton of deals. And this guest today is going to crush that fear, crush that what I call a crutch, that excuse, because he comes from a market that has 9,000 to 10,000 people total. Now, there's other little branches off from this little city, and we'll get to that here in a second, but I want you to understand the power of this live tonight. So I want you bring in your best Q&A, because this individual has found a way to get not one, not two, not five, not six, but 7 wholesale deals in a population of 9,000 to 10,000 people in 6 months. On average, a little over 1 deal a month in the smallest market that I've ever seen someone do this. So I'm excited to bring our guest on, but I don't want to bring him on too early until you guys are ready. So get that pad of paper out. Get ready to jot down gold nuggets. This whole entire meeting, this basically live podcast, is so that you can walk away and do a deal, that this inspires you, that this motivates you and gets you going and excited to get up off the chair, off the couch, out of the car, whatever it is, and go do deals. So let's get going. Today, I'm going to bring on our guest real quick so you can start to see him. Today, we have Mr. Jordan Emrich, and he is from a small town that I've never heard of. So many of you are going to be like, yeah, I've never heard of this. It's called Scotts Bluff, Nebraska. 9,000 to 10,000 people, guys. And he's going to go over how he has done 7 deals in 6 months' time. And better yet, guys, how even without a cash buyer's list, he was able to move these properties and make a little over $11,000, like on average per deal. So Jordan Emrich, how in the heck are you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. Doing really
good. I'm going to be bringing up some comments now every now and again. There's going to be, I've already got my first one that's pretty funny. We got to bring this on. Facial hair in the house. Guys, I had a little bet with one of my acquisition managers. I hate facial hair. In fact, it itches like crazy. But I'm testing it out for a couple weeks to see if it grows in, because I call myself Patch Adams. There's these areas that just don't grow. So facial hair in the house will grow for a little bit. Yeah. But get ready. We got people that, Jordan, get ready. They're great. They're glad to be here. Heck yeah. I'm all ears. So Jordan, we've got an audience already listening to this, and then this lives on. There's going to be plenty of people through Facebook and YouTube that are going to be watching this over the days. So let's hop right into this. Maybe give us a breakdown real quick, high level, a little bit about yourself and what got you into wholesaling.
So I was actually in, I was about 17, 18 years old. And
How old are you right now?
I'm 22.
Guys, this gets even better. 22 years old, 7 deals in 6 months in a 10,000 population. Keep going, Jordan.
Yeah. So I was 18 years old, and I had actually just gotten out of jail, and I was homeless. I was living in my car, and I applied for a job in selling suits, actually, in Herberger's. So I got the job, and I applied for college, and I got into college, and I was going to college for about half a semester, and I got a job offer over at the local car dealership for just writing service. And so it was actually a pretty good deal.
Is this right here in the same small town, Scottsbluff?
Same spot. Yep, same spot. So I went, I got the job. I got 2 promotions in a year. So I went from just changing oil to writing service to then being the assistant service manager of the dealership. And I honestly just knew I wanted more. Like the guy in front of me was, still had 25 years in his position. I was like, man, there's no moving up from this. Like, this is going to be it. If this is what I want, at 19, 20 years old. And I just, I didn't settle for it. So I had a girlfriend at the time, and her uncle had mentioned wholesaling too. Well, he was in real estate, I guess. And so, I started poking at him and asking him questions, and he said, no, check out wholesaling. He said, it's what you can do with no money. And I said, okay, well, I'll go to YouTube University, right? So I went and I saw Max Maxwell, I saw you and Tom, and I just dove deep for like 2 weeks. I got seriously into it. I just got laser focused, and I did not stop, and turned it into an obsession. And I put together the $5,500 for you guys' course off of tax money that I got back in February and March.
So hold on. You were all in. Like, this was something that you were stabbing at for a little bit. But here's something I think is impressive. A, your age. I wish I was 22 when I got into this. I wasn't. I was 32. I was 10 years older. Second of all, this I don't want to brush over this too quick, but the fact that you had this past life, that you didn't allow your past to determine your future. You were someone that had been in jail. You got out of jail, and you chose to still make something better of it versus going back and rewriting your future. Like, my future is my past. And that's always a lie. That's always been a lie. I learned that from Tony Robbins all the time, that your past doesn't equal your future. And you were able to break that tie. That is incredible. But then you put your whole taxes on this in small town Scottsbluff.
And the credit card. Yeah. So,
and the credit card.
Yeah. So
Wow. Keep going. So what you get into wholesaling,
right?
And was it out of the gate? Was it just like, I'm all in? Like, were you still working on the car on the side, or is this like, no, I'm all in and I'm going to be doing this full time?
Well, so, I don't think that I made the most solid decision, but I quit so the way that your course used to be set up, it was Wholesaling Inc., right? And the way it used to be set up is you would only get a lesson, progressively. Like, you guys release
drip fed.
And it's, I thought it was a good method because it didn't let me go too fast, and it made me do the action steps. I hated it all in the same breath because I wanted to just go through it all, right? I'm that kind of guy. But so no, I made it to like day 20 where you finally gave me the contract and gave me everything. And I walked into work, and I was like, because listen, here's what's awesome. 4 days before this, I had drawn up all these bandit signs, right? Because I was like, well, this is, I don't.
Wait, hold on. Okay. We're going to hold into this. We're going to bring this up here in a second. You hold on to this thought. Okay. I'm going to lead and guide you into this. Okay. So guys, you can see the overarching picture here. This is someone that just took massive, very imperfect action. In fact, so imperfect that he says, I might have made a crazy decision, which I'm actually I'll battle this one because I actually don't think you made a crazy decision. Okay. But went in 20 days into learning this and getting the right instruction to then just basically saying, hey, I'm done here. I'm going to be doing this full time. Is that correct?
Yeah, pretty much. I walked in. Yeah. I mean, I left there with good, however you'd say it. We were on good terms, everything. Yep. They understood I was and they knew. I mean, I was always asking for more, right? And not asking for more money. I was like, how can I do more, right? Like, what can I do in this place to excel us? Can you send me to more trainings? I want to know more stuff. And it's not like they held me back, but I just don't think that they understood the length of something that I wanted to take. If I'm going to get in, I mean, I got to do it. Like, I want to be rich. I want to be successful. I want to be good in life at everything, right? Like, that's important to me. So when someone holds me back, I'm like, I got to go figure this out for myself. I
love it. Now, guys, don't forget, during this live interview on how he's doing deals, feel free to chime in and bring in your questions, and we'll bring some of your questions on and answer them as we go. Don't forget about that. Okay, so let's go right into this. You get into wholesaling, 20 days into learning how to do it, getting the simple instruction, taking tons of massive imperfect action. You quit your job, you're all in. Now, guys, I will tell you a quote that I always love, and that's half effort doesn't equal half results. Half effort equals zero results. And so I'm on the opinion that this is actually why he is going to go over how he did 7 deals in 6 months, why it was a success. It's because he burned the ships to take the island. He had nothing to turn back to. He burned the ships, guys. He left on good terms, but he burned the ships, meaning he's all in. He's going all in because all in effort is what nets those successful results. So let's break down a deal with everyone that's with us live right now. Let's break down a deal that you did and tell us some of the marketing channels. Because again, 10,000, I think this is big to hear from those in small markets that might be, I can't do it. Like, this is just a small market. You're going to break this down and help them with this. So what was your marketing channel to get going in small town Scottsbluff?
So like I said, I put all of my money into this, right? So like I didn't really know that there was going to be marketing costs in this or anything like that. So I kind of just jumped in, put all my money in, and then realized I needed money for direct mail and things. So I kind of just ventured off, and I saw that Bandit Signs were a possibility. So I went to the Walmart. I bought
this is so good, guys.
It's
a possibility. It's this imperfect action we're talking about. So he goes to Walmart. Keep going.
Bought the canvases, or the things that you can shove the piece of metal in, and I sharpied "We Buy Houses." I got a call rail number so that it wasn't my real number, which was a good thing because the real estate commission was on my back. I mean, yeah. I was like an extraterrestrial doing this.
Were they just like, what's this? We've never seen this in Scottsbluff. What's going on?
Attorneys in the city, in the town, just to get to one attorney who's like, yeah, I think this will fly. I mean, every single other attorney told me, no, this is illegal. No, this is illegal. No, you can't do this. And it's just because, I mean, they haven't been exposed to it,
Yeah.
So I never really took what they
said. You really were groundbreaking in this city.
Yeah. No. I was the first person to ever do this. I mean, there's 2 other people that I think are trying it now. I've seen some yard signs, and
yep.
I think that's awesome, right? Like, I want other people to win.
You're the pioneer blazing the trail, bro.
They can get out of Scottsbluff like I did, man. I encourage them to do it. So anyways, I buy these yard signs, I put them up, and they just start popping off. It wasn't like I was searching for deals. It was like this was.
Look at this, guys. Real quick, Jordan. Hold on. This from Justin. Cody, wouldn't you say Jordan is a flippin' genius? This is a term that Jerry Norton always uses. And yes, Justin, I would say Jordan is a flippin' genius. And there's going to be a lot to learn for each one of us tonight. So keep those comments coming, guys. Keep those comments coming. Yeah. Okay, break it down. So you put out these Bandit signs. You go get these poster boards or a thicker corrugated poster board from Walmart. You write on it, "We Buy Homes." You put them on a metal stake. How many of these things are we talking? 10, 50? How many?
Maybe like 15. It was like 15 to 10 to 20. I'm going to say
What's your cost on that?
Oh, dude.
Ballpark.
Under $30.
Under $30 for all 15 or 30 per piece?
No, for all of them.
All of them. Guys, when we talk about I can't do it, I don't know if I have enough money. He's into this so far. Yes, he paid for some training, but he's into this $30 in marketing. Yeah. Keep going.
So I have them all in the back of my truck, and I work at the dealership. So I'm getting my oil changed on my pickup, and I'm driving out. And as I'm driving out, one of the lube techs stopped me because I was his boss at this point, right? He stops me. He goes, "Hey, Jordan, what's in the back of your truck?" And I'm like yard signs just say "We Buy Houses." And he's like, "Well, I have a house I need to sell." And I'm like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah, I need to get rid of it soon, really bad." He's like, "Can you help me?" He's like, "It's in terrible condition." I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" I was like, "Yes, absolutely. I really want to help you." I said, so we went and looked at it, man, and it was just gutted. It was absolutely gutted. And he tells me this deal where his wife actually has a tumor wrapped around her spinal cord, right? And something to do with weathering. They have another house in Arizona. and they have this property and another property here in Scottsbluff. And they said, well, we really want to sell this vacant house and use the money to go down to Arizona because if we get her down to Arizona, her life expectancy raises by 1.5 years.
Wow.
Right.
Wow. So this got real, really quick.
Dude, super. And I just felt it. I felt like it. I mean, I just felt like it was like a calling, right? Like something that was like just, I just felt like so inclined to like help these people like get out of their situation. So, I mean, at first it was terrible, right? I had no idea how to, like, I was still 20 days into this. So I didn't know what I was doing. So I get a hold of as many cash buyers as I can. I think I have a list of like 9 at this point. And all of them.
So cash buyers, I just sit there in my mind. I'm thinking 10,000 people. My biggest hurdle in my mind is thinking how many cash buyers can exist in a 10,000 market. I mean, just because I know what I know from the years I've done it.
Yeah. I mean, the cash buyers you're talking about were like contractors, people who might catch a rental property here and there that just want, that if they see a good deal, they're going to pick it up. It's not really active investors, active flipping type deal. So what I did is I was pretty good with a realtor, and I kind of told her about what I was doing, and she was like, Jordan, like, this is illegal, like you're going to, and I was like, it's not, so stop telling me it is. And she's like, well,
I think this is huge, guys. I think this is huge. Keep your thought on this. I want you to break down. I want you to understand this. Too many times we lose sight of our vision and our goals because of the naysayers, and they surround us. They're everywhere. And I want you to be aware of that, because he was able to find an attorney that said, yeah, I think this will fly. This will be good. That would back him, so that when all these naysayers would come in, he could literally tune it out, because it's really easy right now, especially with like COVID and all the other negative things that surround us in our life today. It's so easy to just bite onto that and be like, oh man, it's illegal. So now what do I do? He's like, nope, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Look, he had a smile on his face. Nope, don't tell me this. I'm moving forward, for heaven's sakes. Like, I'm doing it. Keep going, Jordan.
So, so I got with the realtor and I said, how can I get rid of this property? Like, who can I get this? Who can I get rid of this to? Because it was about 10 days in, and they're freaking out because I told them I could get rid of it in 2, 3, maybe a month. And she goes, well, why don't you get a hold of Rhonda, the promotion or the director over at WinHo? And WinHo is Western Nebraska Housing Opportunity, and you should all use this. I mean, I'm pretty sure that this is in every state, or in every,
some kind of an organization, right?
Right. The organization is actually just a group of people who will find properties. They'll pay top dollar for them, and then they'll flip them. And it's not for any profit. It's just for low income housing people, right? And it's state funded.
Yeah.
So they'll pay like retail price for a garbage house just to put 20,000 in it to make it nice for a low income person to move in and get a brand new house. And
so guys, look at all the odds stacking against Jordan. Think about this. Small town, rural area, 9 to 10,000 people with some little outskirt, little teeny cities that I don't even know if it qualifies as a city, but a little town that has maybe 300 or 500 or 1,000 here or 500 here, like surrounded with all these things that are stacking up against him, saying, good luck on making this work, right? He moves forward. Then he's told by multiple people, this isn't going to work. He moves forward. Then it's hard to find cash buyers. So does he give up? No. He reaches out to an organization that is their jam, to buy and fix and flip some of these depressed, ugly homes and replace it with low income families, low income household, and put someone in there, and it's state regulated, state funded. He now taps into probably a very successful big cash buyer with just one name. Keep going.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's exactly what I did too, because I turned into their property finder. I mean, and the first deal actually was done, I think, super illegally. I mean, I don't even know how it worked really. It was like the guy, so it wasn't done illegally. I don't know why I said that, but he went off, and the realtor who set it up between me and WinHo would not let us do the contract that I had, and that I had revised by, my real estate attorney. So what actually ended up happening is I had to put my complete and total faith in Barry and Rhonda, because they just did a straight transaction between Winho and Barry. And
Yeah, the homeowner, right?
yeah, and I literally was cut out of the deal at this point. But I mean,
Yeah.
at that second, I was almost just like, I did it. You know what I'm saying? Like get paid or not get paid. I just figured this out. You know, like I literally have like a valuable trait to me. So he ended up I mean, he cut me an $8,500 check at the end of it, and I deposited it, and I made double what I ever would have made at the delership that month.
Okay, let's break this down. So first and foremost, let's give you one of these bad boys. Right? We got some victories going on here. $8,500 deal right out of the gate. But guys, I want you to understand the mindset behind this. This did not come easy. I want you to think of what could you write it down? What 1, 2, 3 things could you jot down from already what's been shared, what's been said, to implement in your life? What would it be like if you could look past everyone that told you it's not going to happen? What would it be like for you if you put a home under contract and now you look at it and you're like, oh man, maybe I should just go cancel it because I don't have any cash buyers? Here's the reality, guys. Jordan failed his way forward. He didn't allow it to knock him off, and he didn't build a perfect plan. Perfect plans don't exist. But what happened was he'd get a piece of instruction, he would run with it. It would bring him to a roadblock. And at that moment, and only at that moment, would he look for his next piece of instruction and then run forward with it. And then when he came to his next roadblock, he would get his next piece of instruction and run forward with it. What I want you to really jot down and get from this so far, and what I'm getting taught over and over again by Jordan, is the fact that he didn't take perfect action. He didn't have a perfect plan, but what he did have is massive imperfect action. He was willing to just take action regardless of the outcome. And when the outcome came, he would figure out what he had to do next. And this, my friends, is a recipe for success over and over and over again. And I challenge you to think about what he's saying. I challenge you to look at it with your own life. If for those that are not wholesaling yet, but you're like, I want to get in the game. First and foremost, I want to tell you, everyone watching this can get in the game. If Jordan can do this, if Cody can do this, and many people that I see on here can do it, so can you. You just have to commit to imperfect action. But guys, it's easy. We're all imperfect individuals. How easy is it to just step forward? We're already imperfect. So let's just go take imperfect action. It's already built into us. We're imperfect people going out there progressing daily. But wholesaling will take place. It will happen if you'll just commit to this one principle that Jordan is teaching us so masterfully in all the areas of a small town Scottsbluff, to no one saying he can do it, to finding not giving up after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 real estate attorneys, but then going to the 6th and getting a blessing saying, thank you. At least 1 out of 10 says it's real. I'm going to go do it. $30 budget to make 15 Bandit Signs. And he did 7 deals, and he broke down already one of those deals. So let's do this real quick. Tell me about this. In those 7 deals that you've done, because are all of them from Bandit Signs, or did you switch any kind of marketing throughout this?
I did do some driving for dollars, and that was actually really good because that gave me the chance to go to the properties. I did some door knocking. I didn't actually get any deals off of door knocking, but I did knock on quite a few doors, and I got a lot of conversations out of that. That's one of probably the biggest things, is conversations are super important. Like, you absolutely have to keep on having them, because the more you refine that skill, like, the better you get at everything. You know, I mean, it really is. Like, communication is so important to the whole process, and just being honest and being truthful in it too, because a lot of people think that there's like some bad part of wholesaling, but the amount of people that I helped and the amount of lives that I've already changed in this have been enough to make me feel like absolutely impactful. You know, I mean, and it continues. That's the coolest part, is it does continue, and it keeps going, and it's going to keep going, and it's going to build, and it's going to get beautiful. And don't worry about where it starts. You know what I'm saying?
Jordan.
Don't worry about where it starts. Think about the end result always. Keep that in mind always, because that's the biggest part. It really is.
What was your goal to pin it out there? If you were thinking about, you're at the beginning stages and you're just getting into this, what was your goal? What was your end game?
You know,
Was it just to do one deal or to turn this into it? Like, how big were you already thinking and dreaming?
you know, I'm still thinking and dreaming super big.
It changes, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it does. You know, it grows and it evolves, and it does. And man, I am still thinking super big. At first, I think the goal was get out of my situation. You know, because I was in a corner. You know what I mean? And I knew I was in a corner. I was like, man, I like no family. You know, no people that I want to associate it with anymore in my life. Something's got to change, right? Like, and it's not something, it's me. I'm the only factor. I'm the X factor. You know, I'm the only one that can make this work, that will make this work every single day. You know, one thing I just try to focus on is like mind, body, spirit. And if I'm working on one of those three things at all points during the day, then excellence is guaranteed. I mean, absolutely. You know,
I love it.
don't
Jordan, someone already said congrats, Jordan, from Facebook. I don't know if you can see these also on your side, on your end. Okay. Then you got Gabriel on here. Amazing story. Congrats, Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan, let's break it down for him. You've done 7 deals. What have those 7 deals equated to in the 6 months that you have been doing this?
So it's about 80,000.
$80,000 in small town Scottsbluff that I still have no idea where it's at. But guys, I want you to see something. He had a dream, and these dreams change. They just get bigger, bigger, and bigger. But listen to his mindset. It wasn't about, man, I was just thinking about how I could just make more money. I can make more money. He's like, as I started doing this, because we all have this, maybe at the beginning stage, we think about, man, I need to make more money. I'm not going to lie. I was part of that. I thought about it. When I first got into wholesaling, I wasn't satisfied with what I was making. Now, it wasn't to the opposite where I'm like, I need to have money so I can just buy all these things. But I'm like, I'm sick of living paycheck to paycheck. And I got to the point where I was just like, I want to make more money. So to have the beginning part be all about money, I can't blame anyone. I was part of that. I wanted to increase my income, but the income was so that I could have more time with my family, be able to go on trips that I wasn't able to go on, be able to create the memories that I wanted to create with my family that I couldn't, right? And so I started to think of it in that nature. But here's the shift that I love that Jordan already nailed on, is he said he's doing this and now he can see the impact. He can now see how he's blessing other people's lives. And I'll tell you guys, if you can quickly get to that mindset where you're not doing this for the income, but the income is actually just the byproduct of just serving people at a high level, making an impact on their lives, blessing them to get from plan A to plan B, being a solution to the problems that are going on in their lives, you'll realize that when you can adopt that mind shift or that mindset and shift to that mindset quickly, the quicker you get there, the more you will make, the more money you'll make. That's just simply a byproduct. You think of the great books out there. There's one that's a simple read that if you want to read it, it's called The Go-Giver. And it just talks about your value, your worth, how much money you make is directly tied to the value you bring to the world. You want to be a millionaire? Go serve 1 million people. Like, you want to be a millionaire? Bring a lot of value to the world, and you, my friends, can become a millionaire. And that is just a success principle. That's just a true principle. But it's all tied to, notice that it's not tied to, well, figure out, and some people do figure out some invention that sells for billions of dollars. Great. But that's the anomaly. Not many people are going to do that. But the average millionaire you go and talk to, go find out their story. And they'll talk about how their product, their system, their coaching, their service serves people. It adds value to people's lives. And in doing so, that's how they became a millionaire. And so, Jordan, my friend, the cool thing is with that mindset, you are well on your way to becoming a millionaire. You left, since then, these 7 deals. You've left Scottsbluff, Nebraska.
Yeah.
And now, where do you reside and what's your game plan going forward?
So Denver, Colorado is where I'm at now. I actually partnered with, and this is probably just as crazy as the rest of the story. I met this just incredible human being. He's a 15-year-old kid, and he's made over $1 million trading in the foreign exchange market.
Okay.
Trading like stocks, kind of, right? Like foreign exchange. And
Yep.
so I told him about what I was doing. He talks about what he's doing. And I said, well, let's trade trick for trade. Teach me how to trade, and I'll get you into real estate. And
yeah,
that's exactly what we're doing. And it's really cool. So yeah, I mean, I really have come to the point where I'm just like, I just have to surround myself with like-minded people. And man, I met a 15-year-old who is doing it, who's doing incredible things. I mean, that's just so cool to me. So yeah, we're here in Denver. We're going to get it going in Denver. I've got a couple different marketing channels I'm going to focus on. I think right now, main focus will probably be like eviction list, get into pre-foreclosure, foreclosure, things like that. And with COVID, man, there's going to be a lot of people that seriously need us. And that's just the truth of it. I mean, it really comes down to touching lives, because all my deals seem like they were people who seriously needed help. And it's like, I just have that I have that purpose behind me, and I love it.
Yeah. That's fantastic. So you're going to target certain lists. You're going to get niched in on those lists. And those are what I call, guys, for those watching, the distress list. You got the two different lists. You got distress list, and you've got what I call like your equity list, the ones that have equity in your homes. Because why? There's two things that make a deal, and that's equity and motivation. And you find the motivation from the distress list. You find obviously the equity from the equity list. I always like spending most of my time, especially those that are just getting into it. So if you're just getting into it and you're listening to this, the best list to start out with are your distressed lists. Like he's talking about the eviction, the code violation, the tax delinquent, the foreclosure, the divorce, the pre-probate, the probate, all these different lists. They're the ones that have a sign of motivation going on. And then you reach out to them through your marketing, whether that's direct mail, whether that's cold calling, whether that is through Facebook, targeted ads, whatever, right? However you get your message out to them so that you can begin to have the conversation to see if they have the other piece of that puzzle, and that's the equity side. So what are you doing now? You're brand new in a bigger market. Holy smokes, you're probably like, what is this? There's a home everywhere. I throw a rock, I can hit a house. Like, what is your strategy to make sure now that you don't solely rely on one individual, like an organization? What are you doing to build your cash buyers list now that you're in a new market? And that might help so many people that are on here watching saying, like, where do I begin? What are you doing to make sure you really build a better version of your wholesaling business?
Yeah. So I'm with COVID, I think that a lot of the RIA meetings have went online, and I tapped into that. So we're part of ICorps, which is Investors of the Colorado Rockies. About 550, 600 members. And the cool part about ICorps, this is for anybody else in Colorado, you can just access it real quick. It's they give you an email that has like 250 people on it that are actively investing and actively flipping houses.
Wow. And is that like a membership?
Yeah. You pay $220 for the year.
That's nothing, guys. Just so you know, that's awesome to get tapped into 250 cash buyers that are actively buying.
Yeah. Return's going to be perfect on that. And so, and also I went ahead and just did what Cody teaches in his course, how to get onto list source, put in all the dimensions necessary to pull the cash sale list, and then we're going to go ahead and cold call all of them as well. And so we've already got 250 ready, but I want more. You always like, that's really where I struggled last time, all the time, because like, yeah, cool, I had this ready to buy person, but she also twisted my leg where I should have made 30-40 grand on a couple deals, and she didn't let me. You know what I mean? And so don't fall prey to one cash buyer ever, because they will twist your leg. And I mean, it's just business, man. It just really is. I don't think it's right. I think everybody's, but whatever, that's not for me to say. So
yeah. Okay, I always like to ask two questions. I think it helps people with mindset. Looking back, knowing what you know now, Jordan, I think at a young age, this is very, very impressive what you've been able to accomplish. And I love your mindset. I love your smile, your energy, You're
Yeah.
out there for the right purpose. You're serving people. And I think that's admirable. And I want you to always maintain that. But knowing what you know now, Jordan, helping some of the people listening and that will be listening in the future, because this again lives on.
Yeah.
What would you do differently? Or maybe what would you do the same if you were starting all over again?
Man, I don't know. The same. Definitely keep the mentality that I had, because I think that's the only thing that made this work.
Yeah.
And that's just, I mean, if you really don't have the not give up mindset, then there's always going to be a roadblock,
Yeah.
But the thing of it is all these roadblocks are definitely only making you better every stretch of the point. So I don't think I would have changed anything, because I don't think there's anything I could have changed. I mean, I came at it in a really naked manner, just super young, no money. And so I attacked it. And I think that I would keep everything the same, actually. Yeah. So
I love it. I love it. That's fantastic. Now, are you of the mindset, and do you love like reading? Is reading part of what you do? Okay. What would be a great book, something that you're reading right now that's been like game changing? What's something that you would recommend to people?
The Science of Getting Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Okay. Science of Getting Rich.
Yeah, by Napoleon Hill. Man, it's like 2 hours on YouTube that you can just play. I think Napoleon Hill is one of the most like incredible authors of all time. He has the 13 elements of success. He's got Think and Grow Rich, the science of, and the science of getting rich is what I really appreciate about it. Is it has some like real essence to it, right? Like it's like he actually breaks it down, and it's actually backed by science.
Yeah.
It's not the science of getting rich, like have positive affirmations, do this and do that. It's like, no, this is the mindset you have to have, and this is the way you have to attack life. And if you attack life this way, then you will be successful. And dude, after I've listened to it, it's been really awesome for me. Be a Real Estate Millionaire by Dean Yossi. Super.
Yep.
And one that the 4 Spiritual Laws of Prosperity.
Such a good book, guy. 4 Spiritual Laws of Prosperity by Edwin Gaines. Phenomenal book.
Books, man. You guys should read it. I love reading. So yeah.
Fantastic. Well, Jordan, I want to thank you so very, very much for being with us today, sharing the value that you shared with our audience. Guys, next week we'll have Jerry back. But if you guys have loved everything you have heard and that you got some kind of a gold nugget, I want you to put down in the comments, like, thank you, Jordan. Put in there, thank you, Jordan. Let's let him see that. Let's let him feel the love from each one of us for him taking the time to share how he was able to overcome many, guys, not just one, not just two, multiple roadblocks, and keep pushing forward. This is the key to success. And he did such a good job at that. He shared so many things. I've jotted down a few things, but I also, I've been mentally taking this down, because when I'm done, I've been talking with him and I wanted to be involved. I'll be writing down a lot of the things, but also, like I said, guys, this lives on. So if there's something you like and you want to make sure that you got it, rewatch it. If there's people out there that you think, oh my gosh, this would benefit my acquisition manager or disposition manager, or this would help my team member or my friend or someone in another state that's wholesaling, share it. We always love the shares. This is the goal with this. It's to help as many people as possible. Get inspired by those that are brought on. And guys, let me know if it is something that you want to break down one of your deals. So if you have deals, just let me know. DM me, PM me, and let me know that you have a deal that you want to break down, so we can start to make this. We're going to be doing this every single week, me and Jerry. He just happens to be out of town, but we're committing to this every week so that 2021 helps each one of us get stronger, each one of us get better. Because guys, I'm telling you, there's a tsunami of deals coming. There's a world of, when I say hurt, I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, if you're in this with the right heart, with the right mindset, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to need our help. There's going to be a lot of people that need to be served at a high level, just like Jordan was talking about, where you can be a huge impact. You can be an answer to a prayer. You can help them to get from plan A to plan B. And you can do it by being a solution to the problems that are in their lives. And these problems, guys, right now, they're stacking and they need good people. So if you're asking yourself, like, do I get into this? Is it too late? I want you to understand, no, it's not. Get into it now, because I think there will be a point where it is too late. Meaning right now is a great point to get started. And if you need help getting started, do not hesitate to reach out. There's so many free resources that we have. But again, just like Jordan did, if you want to get help through that, we would be glad and honored to lead and guide you and walk beside you and help you guys, just like we helped Jordan get through this and start doing deals. Just simply head on over to the realestatefreedomformula.com and you can book a call and be able to get on with either myself or someone from our team. But Jordan, thank you so very, very, very much. Look at this. Hold on. Let's see. We got good stuff in, good stuff out. Thanks, Jordan. It's amazing how powerful sharing stories can be. And I agree. I have to second that. Justin, thank you for taking the minute to share that.
Appreciate all of
Gabriel, thank you for writing in, but he says, thank you, Jordan. And then we got this one. I want to send Jordan some beer. So guys, again, thank you so very, very much for joining us. Jordan, thank you. Each one of you have a very Merry Christmas. God bless you guys, and get out there and find ways to serve people. And let's get you out of your own way so you can start wholesaling deals consistently so that you can increase the income you make and ultimately do what Jordan did, and that's quit your 9 to 5. So Jordan, thank you so much, bro, for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Take care, guys. See ya.